Hello everybody, King here. This is a completely different video than what I typically make. I've never made a reaction video. However, this is one that caught my attention because my moderator on my Twitch channel and Minecraft server sent it my way, and so I thought it would be pretty cool to check it out. Anyway, Unreal sent me this message on Discord, and it just says this. I saw this video, and I actually think it's a really cool idea, and feels like it would work. I had the idea that maybe you might want to do a reaction video to it and give your feedback and put that on your channels. And they sent me this video by Canadian the Catboy, which is titled, "This One Block Would Fix Minecraft." And for those of you who don't know, I do run a viewer joinable SMP that you can join if you click the link in the description, join our Discord. Anyway, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this, and I'll talk about my thoughts.
You could fix Minecraft with an update that adds one block. Now, Minecraft is a game with many problems, none of which are more glaring to me than having to deal with the end dimension, which is simply
correct. The end dimension is one dimension I've noticed that most people have either not gone to entirely or wait to go to for a very, very long time. Some are afraid to actually go there because of death. Others are just not wanting to go there because it's boring.
not designed to work in multiplayer. This loot that every player needs in the late game is scattered between patches of Minecraft's deadliest obstacle, becoming more and more distant after every raid.
Okay, now that is a very relatable thing, and yes, I 100% agree, it was not designed for multiplayer in the slightest. There are not enough Elytra around, and there's not a good way to find more in cities. But when we run our server, King SMP, we have had to reset the end dimension a couple of times, just over the years that I've had it, and it is still an issue ongoing today that people have with the server is they can't find Elytra. However, as the Catboy has mentioned here, it becomes more and more rare because it's more and more distant. So let's see the proposal here.
Eventually, your players call for a plugin to get the drops early on, or an occasional end dimension reset, or a digital shop so you can skip the travel time entirely. The problem should be solvable in vanilla, and without depending on bugs. I'm looking at you, Piston Portal Glitch, and Shulker Dupers. We shouldn't have to depend on you either.
I also agree with that. Shulkers entirely need a little bit of work. It's very tedious if you need hundreds of Shulker boxes, because in order to get that many Shulker boxes, you have to kill hundreds of Shulkers.
As you keep chipping away at the end, using Elytra goes from a suggestion to an absolute necessity to a more exhaustive challenge than bridging to your first city was, which is not that bad for short-term single-player worlds, but for ambitious projects or on servers where everyone suffers from anyone's raids, it's horrible.
Exactly. We had a player on my server. He was known to be a little bit of a loot goblin at times, and so when the server first reset the end, he went, and I believe a couple of others as well went, and they collected up a bunch of the Elytra. And so pretty much any new player that joins now, if they want to go and harvest their own Elytra, it takes them a long, long time to do. Made some very good points.
Horrible. Every Elytra taken from the deck means less for the collective. You ever log on to an SMP where people have played for months? Have fun getting Elytra without just asking for it. So how do we fix this? It all begins with a story about diamonds. Imagine you've been digging, tunneling, and exploring, and suddenly, oh yeah, after hours of mining, you finally have enough diamonds to complete your full set of armor and tools, and you even have diamonds to spare. Well, you'll need them for an enchanting table, because just like iron, diamonds don't just exist to be a next tier gear, they are a resource. How about we celebrate with some music and trail fireworks? Oh, those will need diamonds too. Want to decorate your armor? Diamonds. Want more netherite? More diamonds. Every day your ore chest fills with diamonds, you are getting richer and richer. Crazy, I know. Hey, speaking of netherite, what is it used for after you make armor and tools? Nothing. It's used for nothing. But which is really a shame because aside from gear, netherite does have one other use. I'll give you a chance to guess if you think you know.
Lodestone compass.
3, 2, 1, it's the lodestone. A block not only made with Minecraft's most valuable resource, no one uses them for navigation, we have F3. Like I said, it's a shame. I love this block. So in order to make it more valuable, we finally have to go back to the end. Oh, look at that. Two people seem to be arguing about building an end hub. One of them really wants to build a cool palace where all the members of the server can travel to their different end farms and bases, but the other person points out that if they want to keep their palace, they'll either need to disable mob griefing or they won't be able to summon the Ender Dragon for achievements.
We've had this problem before on my server. The problem always is, I want to decorate the end island, or I want to add a end hub, and like he said, Ender Dragon, what do you do about that? And so, I'm really curious where this is going. I'm really curious, actually.
I think I can solve their problem with the block I was about to show you. So here's what we're gonna do. I'll jump through the end gateway, find a good spot, place down the lodestone, and then create the lodestone compass, which we're gonna want to hold on to. While we're here, I'll quickly collect some chorus fruit so I can smelt it, and when we get back to the main island, I'll get some obsidian. The obsidian will go in each corner of the crafting table, a popped chorus fruit will go on every edge with the lodestone compass in the center. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the Ender Relay, a blast-proof, dragon-proof block, which does nothing on its own, but when powered with an end crystal, the block lights up, it draws an invisible link to the lodestone, so when you click it, bam, no matter the distance, you warp all the way to the lodestone. Now,
I actually really like this. It's not over-the-top OP in most senses. I don't know if there's any stipulations on it, but being in the end at least, it's not too terribly OP. Most people don't even build an end base. This would give you a reason to build an end base, because teleportation is sick. I don't know everything about it just yet, but I'm liking this idea already.
Now, I already know the biggest criticism this will get. Warp mechanics shouldn't be in vanilla. This fundamentally changes the game meta in ways vanilla players won't want. Well, you'll be glad to know that this block is actually the final piece of the trinity of intentional game design. Beds will work in the overworld where the sun exists and explode in the nether and end. Anchors explode in the overworld and end, and ender relays explode in the overworld and nether. And there's a very...
I like it. I like this idea.
The end is already the dimension with the most traveling handicaps, and it's not like it's the dimension where people will be spending most of their time or where they'll be living. Warping doesn't get you between important structures or quarries. No, as it stands right now, the end is a looting dimension, and its feature...
Yeah, he's making it... Basically, your travel issue is no longer existent because you traveled once or twice. So I actually really like this feature. It would make building bases in the end a lot better. It would also make it not OP because the overworld and the nether won't have access to this block.
But hey, maybe it would incentivize players to build in the teleporty dimension to take advantage of its teleporty feature. Imagine entering the portal and clicking a relay, which is automatically refueled by a hopper, and teleporting to the server's end hub where you could branch out to a network of other locations.
I like this idea. And the reason I like it is, one, it adds some use to needing the other dimensions still. With the need to refuel it with the end crystal, you have to go back to the nether to get your gas tiers. And the fact that you still will need glass, the fact that you will still need obsidian, it's making it so you will need those other things still. You can also use it, like you said, for end bases. Nobody builds an end base, let alone an end base off of the main island. That has been a problem we've had before. Somebody built a base on the main island without asking, and it, I believe, ended up getting destroyed a little bit because of the Ender Dragon. They didn't check with anybody else on the server, they didn't check with staff, so it didn't really fall under anybody's jurisdiction, and it ended up, just getting demolished. I think with this, at least you could teleport to a base that's 10,000 blocks away. I really like this idea.
Couldn't people easily sabotage an end relay and replace it with one that teleports you into the void or something? Sure, but you can already sabotage every kind of portal and spawn block in Minecraft, but unlike those, the ender relay actually has a neat bypass. You can hold onto it either in your ender chest or your inventory until the moment you actually need to use it. Imagine you're being chased by 10 people and then you just turn around, place the relay, and make the fastest escape possible, destroying the lodestone behind you just for good measure. What happens if the lodestone is obstructed, and what counts as obstructed? The valid locations for a lodestone would be the same as for a respawn anchor, and if it's obstructed, it'll just tell you. Aside from all the practical benefits, I just think this block is really fun, and a wide range of communities could get something out of it. Mojang, I know you don't use a lot of fan suggestions, but please, consider the end relay.
So there we have it. This one block would fix Minecraft. One, you guys should go check out the video It's a very good video. I'll have it linked in the description. I'll have it in the iCards. I haven't shown everything to you guys just because it wasn't necessarily relevant to us in this video, but I showed you the bulk of it. As a Minecraft server owner, these are all the issues I've seen, and this is the best solution I've seen to fix it by far. Especially if you brought in the end update on top of it to make the end a little bit more livable. It would introduce a lot of people being interested in building a base in the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this kind of reaction video, I'd be happy to try to do another one in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you later. And goodbye, everybody.